Greece took that. I think this was one of the highest quality C finals that I've seen. The field in that, you know, the Greeks, the Chinese, the Americans losing out to the Austrians. This is the C final of the men's double sculls.
Yeah, and I'd say similarly, Martin, in this C final, more quality and people that perhaps you'd be expecting to feature more so in the B finals. So Moldova, Australia, China, France even, you know, Valentin Enfoy representing France in this leading crew there, one in from the left of your picture in the early stages. This race is now at 800 meters to go, and we'll jump to the live pictures, and it is Poland. Piotr Pleminski and Michał Randa there in the stroke seat, leading, but not by much.
Yeah. It's really hard to work out what's going on with Polish sculling. I mean, you know, those two lads won the world title last year, looking fantastic ahead of Serbia. Bixup and Zitarski, they're in the middle of a quad. They're sort of looking okay, and these lads, you know, Randa has got under 23 honours, and these guys will have been targeting the B final. And then the French, Enfoy and Lamiral, they had that really tough race, didn't they, against, was it the Germans?
Yeah, head-to-head with the Germans into that final.
That was the heat, wasn't it? And then they lost out in yesterday's quarters, was that right?
Yeah, and a really interesting story, wasn't it? And again, they've now got to go out in this C final and try and produce the best performance, but they're trailing. They're trailing down, I think, in 5th position at the moment, behind Poland, Australia, Moldova, China. And here come the Aussies. Look at this from McGuinness in the bow seat. Nicholas Blackman in the stroke seat, pushing on ahead of China.
Blackie, I think we'll call these two guys from Adelaide. If you're watching in Adelaide in Australia, I don't know what time it is, but you ought to be in bed. But it's worth staying up for. Look at them battling to stay ahead of the Chinese over on that far side of the course.
I actually think China are going backwards here, Martin. They're up at 40 strokes a minute, but I think the power is dwindling. You can see the pain there on the face of Deng Zhiwei, and Moldova also starting to come past them into the final, what, 40 strokes or so, 250 metres to go. Look at the heave here from Australia. Nicholas Blackman in the strokes. See, those shoulders are throwing back into these final stretches to try and stay ahead of Moldova.
Well, his hero is Bruno Cettararo Biriolo. So, you know, that's what Bruno
Mimicking
does.
the style,
right?
hey?
Totally, yeah. And I think they're probably going to get done by the Moldovans. Just saying, Bulatan Korsunov, the lad who broke his arm at the beginning of the season and had to try and come back. There's the Poles out in front. They do look well synced up, don't they? Yeah,
they really do. And I think the Polish, the Supreme Crew in this final, they don't even really need to sprint. They are upping the rating off picture. But the Australians, well, they do need to get a move on. Moldova was closing them down. I think they've left it too late. Korsunov and Bulat of Moldova, they were in the B final in Shanghai last year. So you can just see the quality of this very deep men's double field. China, followed by France, followed by Estonia within a couple of seconds. Buzzer, buzzer, buzzer. That was very close over the line for the
God, the Aussies made that, didn't they? They just literally heaved that. Oscar McGuinness, the national title he won in 2025 on Lake Barrington.
I remember McGuinness racing as a lightweight through the majority of the previous season.
Do you? That's good knowledge, yeah.
It was,
I think they talk about his qualities as being grit, which we saw there, technical skill and commitment. I think more of the grit and commitment there, probably.
I really like, on the Australian rowing website, though they talk about the qualities of a lot of their athletes. When I was reading,
it's the best one.
It's really good.
It's the best one, isn't it?
And it talks, I remember reading about Sam Stenell earlier, saying about his positivity. And it's just nice that we get to draw out some of those characters, some of what they bring to the squad through that. That was a great face from Michał Randa there. Having won the C final, you can see that little globe on the right. That means that country hold the world title. So yeah, we'll be getting new world champions this